What's up, people? I know you all was looking for me yesterday. A sister was knocked out. The only thing I can attribute it to is I'm still recovering a little bit because I took all those antibiotics and they, of course, had their own side effects. So sometimes you wonder, is it better to just be sick or you be sick from the antibiotics? I couldn't decide, but I slept 12. I went to sleep and I slept 10 hours last night and stayed in bed for 12. So I'm very rested. It might not look like it, but I did get a lot of sleep. So I'm ready to drag some dusties, talk my shit, and just, really make fun of these silly people. You guys sent in a lot of stuff. And I spent a lot of time going through it, looking at each one and trying to figure out, which one should be in and follow it. And, there's like, I try to make it to be like a system here. Of course, near the end, it kind of falls apart. But when I get started out, I have in my mind what it's going to be. It's too funny. But yes, girl, thanks, Susu. I look beautiful. That's what 10 hours of sleep will do to you. It just makes you just look all kind of different. I'm trying to tell you, I never usually get this much sleep. But I'm glad to see Shay here because I wasn't sure because it was a Saturday and I thought, ooh, but I have to switch it because I just could not, and so I wasn't sure she'd be able to make it. But thanks, Shay, for being here. That's my girl. It's like if I don't see her name over there, I start hyperventilating. I get like I have anxiety. It's like, what am I do? What am I do? But we got a good show for you guys today. I think, yeah, I have a total of 35 slides, including the winner. And what we do here for the Dusty News Network, our summer programming, is people, the listeners, the viewers, send in screenshots and they send in shot grabs and images that they find online, memes and stuff that have to do with the crazy thinking that people do, and this thinking is usually that of males, not always, but usually. And some of the stuff that they come up with that they want to communicate to women is just like from Mars. It's so far out in outer space. So we collect all these things together, and then we put them on a show, and then we drag them. And that is, I mean, this is entertainment. It is not anything highbrow, intellectual, where you're going to be having to take notes and study and do all the stuff. It's mainly for you to be like, what? And laugh. That's what we do here. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, Shay. Well, let's get started. Let me see. Hold on a second. This is only my second DNN, so I'm still kind of trying to get back into swing of things. Uh oh. Okay, wait. Slideshow. Here we go. All right. Here we go. I got it. I got it now. I got it. Yes, everybody, get ready to get your clown on, cause this is this is what we gonna do. Uh oh, what happened here? How come it's not showing my slide? Something's going wrong. Uh oh. I'm clicking the button and nothing is happening. Okay, hold on a second. Let me investigate what's going on here. Uh, okay. Yeah. Okay, everything looks all right. What's going on here? Okay, let's try this again. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Hold on a second. Let me check the settings. Something might have dropped because the software updated. I just thought of that. My hold on, because this is what happens when you be rushing and you don't be checking stuff the way that you should. Uh oh, here we go. Why is this like this? I hate it when it does. It updates the software and then it never fails that it's some drama. Something's going to go wrong. Okay, why is this like this? Okay, we're going to show it. Show the next one. All the slides are loaded. I'm just not really understanding why it's not. And it's the same template I always use, so that's what's got me so messed up. Let me try this one more time. It is seriously not wanting to show me the slides. This is so bizarre, you guys. I don't know quite what to do about this. Okay, let me try this. Yes, it's not loading the slides for some reason. I don't know what to do about this. I'm over here clicking buttons and doing all kind of stuff, and it is just not working. Okay, I know the Dusties that attacked us. They don't want us talking about them. So now the software that's decided, look here. This is a hot mess. This is so weird. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. While I fool with this, I might have to like reload the whole thing. I'm gonna put the intermission up and give me a minute to redo this, okay? So let's do this. Okay. I had to like take that all the way off and reconstruct the whole thing from scratch. Luckily, I know what I'm doing, so I was able to get it to do it quickly. So I think I have it now. Uh, let's see, where did I put it now? Let's see, what do we call it? Okay, let's try this again. All right. Okay, hopefully we will get to see the DNN Dusty slides for the day. Yes, success. Here we go. Here we go with the show. My goodness. It never fails. I'm going to break out in a sweat and be all messed up. Thank you guys for your patience. You are absolutely the best audience. So patient, so supportive. You never yell at me when stuff goes wrong. Yeah, I tried to pick some good music for the intermission to keep you guys, you know, like keep the natives from being restless. Okay, here we go. This is slide number one. Okay, now isn't this guy like a rapper, the baby? I could have sworn I heard his name somewhere. But he came with the logic. He came with the real. And dude, this girl was asking this question, and a lot of guys have problems with this, right? You have something like another guy gave you clothing, a car, jewelry, whatever. So she asked, okay, so I have a question. Would you feel some kind of way if your person was wearing jewelry that somebody they used to deal with bought for them? And I've heard of situations where guys, they want to throw it away. They want to, they would take the woman's stuff and give it away or pawn it or whatever. Just anyway, some kind of way destroy it, thinking that that's going to destroy her memory and her association with her past. And it never works like that. So this dude came with it. And he's like, if it bothers you that much, you the new nigga, you supposed to get her something better than what she had to replace what the ex gave her. Okay, then she not gonna think thinking about wearing that costume, jewelry, crackerjack ring. She's gonna be thinking about what you got her because yours is better, newer, finer, all of that, right? Oh, it's not okay, but whoever. That's why I said whoever it is, the guy, whoever this dude is, this baby person here, still whatever his role, he still came with some logic that made complete sense. Okay. Oh, duh, baby, is that it? All right. Well, see, they tell you what I know. Duh, saying the same to me. But whoever he is, I liked what he had to say. So we're starting off the Dusty News Network with a nod to the men who are so dusty that they don't operate like this young man suggests. Okay, you need to get a clue and fix up your gang. Okay, now let's move on to some real dust. This young man here, whoever his mother is, needs to just go and throw him off a bridge and into some shark infested waters. Dude says, I'm going to piss a lot of people off on this one. Child support should only be for people going through a divorce. A person don't owe you anything unless they made vows with you. Keep your damn legs closed. Now, young Mr. Brown, who is so stupid that you should not be allowed to breathe air because you're wasting it. Child support is for children, and it doesn't matter whether they're going through a divorce, whether their dad died, whether their dad is in prison, whether their dad is was never married and they was in a long-term relationship, or whether it was a one night stand. The one who keeps the man from having to pay child support is the man. You know how you do that, sir? By keeping it in your pants. So instead of talking about keeping your legs closed, keep your dick in your pants, and then you won't have this problem, right? You won't have this problem because you won't be making no babies. Whether you're divorced or married or whatever, under any circumstances at all, you won't have to pay child support because you won't have any children. Oh my God, what a concept. And you thinking that you have to be married to support your children? Is that really what you think? Is that what your trifling ass mama did? Because you know she was a single mother. I could tell just by the way that you look that you was raised in a single parent home with a woman. You got that look on your face. So you resentful of her because she the one that stayed. You got that expression. I could tell. So you, sir, are talking shit. And your daddy was supposed to support you. That was his obligation. Okay, now if your mother let him get away with it, or he talked his way out of it, or whatever's the story there, that don't have nothing to do with everybody else and their kids. You make a baby, you pay. The end. Okay? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Now this young lad. Okay, the first, what do we see online, ladies, right? They always be mad. They're always talking all this stuff about single mothers and paying child support and how it's, they don't think it's right and, keep your legs closed and all this kind of stuff, right? All these single mother homes. Nobody don't want no single mama. All this kind of stuff here. It is. I am whatever your name is, it is for the children. But he's making it sound like it's for the woman. He's so stupid he don't even get it. But in this instance right here, look at how he's coming at the woman. It's like that, Ravania, if the mother is getting any kind of social service assistance from the government, they take their money back first, and then they give you what's left. And so sometimes it might be $24, it might be $50, it might be, I don't know, $17. I mean, whatever. Whatever they make him pay, the money goes to them. And if you getting food stamps, if you getting Section 8, if you getting Medicare, medical treatment for your kid, if you getting subsidized child care, any of those kind of things where the government is helping to take care of your child, they're going to suck a percentage of that child support that they collect from the daddy out, and you get what's left. That's how it is. Okay, so it's not like he's just paying child support and that's all that he's paying. He's paying a lot more, but because you guys are low income or whatever, and the government has to step in, they always get they do first. Okay, anything after that, you get it. So that's why a lot of people get very low actual cash child support, and they don't understand that that's why. It's because, the state and county done already shelled out $2,000 to take care of dude's kids, and they want they cut before you get any more money. That's how that works. So here, this guy is mad, just like trying to shame women. It's like if you haven't had a kid, in his mind, that means that your coochie ain't no good. What? Okay, didn't y'all just complain about paying child support to the woman because if you wasn't married, then you don't get to get child support? What's happening here? See how Dusties are all over the place with their illogical, emotional nonsense. And if you don't really be thinking about what the nonsense is they're talking about, you will actually buy into this stuff. Isn't this weird? I mean, just anything to make a woman feel bad about herself. That's what this is. They want you to feel bad about any and everything. Like you don't measure up. There's something wrong with you. You're lacking in some kind of way. You're a failure. You don't meet his standards. You're not good enough. That's what they do. And it's like it comes at you at every turn. So you guys need to be really, as you reading this kind of stuff, be sure that you have your mental shields up so that this nonsense does not soak into your head. Let's move on. This clown here, I just was like, oh my God. So here go the girl. Notice how she's sitting there. She don't have no food in front of her. It's like, so what you gonna eat? Because you say you forgot your purse. As in, yeah, I might have asked you out to dinner, but you got to pay your portion. You know, oh, Cutie Tay, you should have sent that one in. That was a DNN special right there. That's the kind of stuff we be looking for. Um, yeah, this was kind of saying, look how she looking at him too, like, nigga, what? I don't even know what to say. And a lot of the young ladies, it's this new thing where they don't mind paying for a date. I mean, that's what they say. Oh, I don't mind going Dutch. I don't mind this and that. And I'm like, something wrong with you. How you gonna be going out on a date with somebody who asked you? Exactly. Thank you, original internet. That is exactly what that is. Because fathers don't raise their sons to be dust buckets like that. It's just I don't even know what to say about these modern young dudes. Now he not gonna feed me. I kind of I like Cutie Tay's response. I'll go get it, and then you never come back, and just leave him sitting there by himself with his plate of food, and go and do something else with your time. Then sit there and be hungry, looking at a Dusty who asked you out, and watch him eat while he doesn't give you anything after he asks you out for dinner. I don't even know how insulted I would be, but I would definitely be like, "Oh yeah, let me run and get it, and I'll be back." And you will be a skeleton waiting for my ass to come back. Okay, now this I thought this was interesting. I stared at this for a minute, and I was like, uh. So he's like, so a man has to be financially stable to date a broke woman. A man has to be financially stable to date a broke woman. I'm going to say this. If you're going to be trying to date any kind of woman, you need to be financially stable. How does that work? Okay, she already struggling. Say she, got a kid or two, whatever. She's in school, she's whatever. Okay, she's struggling financially. She's making it, but, it's hit and miss every month is, the luck of the draw. And here comes a man along and he wants this woman's time. He wants this woman's energy. When she goes out with you, she has to pay a babysitter. She has to get her hair done. She has to do this thing. She's investing money in to meet your request to go out with her. So then, and then she has kids, she has to pay a babysitter. And then you, of course, you gonna be looking at you want something physical to be jumping off. So there's that. And so you expect to get all of this stuff and you want to be broke? She's already broke. She don't need you. And you want to talk about, like that's a problem. Well, what is it that she would be getting from going out with you, investing her time and money and babysitting fees and all this kind of stuff? Why should she go out with you and risk starting a relationship with somebody who's doing as badly as she is? The idea about getting in a relationship for women is you got to bring something that we want. Okay, otherwise we have no reason to be with you. Because it's men begging for somebody to screw them. So if that's all you looking for, the dude that's going to come with it, who's going to come with a nice attitude, bringing some, burgers and shit for her kids, covering the babysitting. He's got something, he got a nice ride. He got his own crib that's like, real furniture in it, not an air mattress on the floor. He's not a roommate with nobody. He got his own spot. He got a nice job. He pays his taxes. This whole thing here, why should she want you, little dust bucket, and you gonna complain about what you have to be as a man? You should want to be financially stable no matter what's going on in your life because that's what young men do. Okay, that shouldn't even be a standard that you associate with dating. That's a standard that you should be associating with manhood, period. Otherwise, you're just some little ragtag little boy. Okay, men have their shit together, boys don't. And if you don't have your shit together, you don't need to be trying to date nobody and getting your weenie wet. What you need to be doing is hooking up a job. That's what you need to be doing. Or two or three. That's what you need to be doing. I was like, this is unbelievable. So he just feels like he's entitled to get a woman even though he don't have nothing. Don't have no money, or as my grandfather used to say, you don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. But you thinking that because a woman is broken and down on her luck that she should be with you. Fuck out of here. These dudes just be on one. Okay, let's talk about this loveliness right here. This loveliness. Something, was going on before that. And she's like, oh, yeah, can't wait. And he's like, neither can I. And he make all these emojis, and it shows like a family in one, and then it shows a man running and all this stuff, right? So he's just like with emoji crazy. And then she's like, LMAO, wait a minute, wait a sec. Are these emojis telling the story of us starting a family and then you leaving me with the kids? And he says, yes, if you're down. What? What? Can you, what? Who would be down for that? Luckily, she picked up on it. That string of emojis, wedding ring, family, him running. I, I, I didn't even, like, what? I kept saying that when I was looking at this, like, what? Is he for real? And he's just going like, yes, that's what he admitted it. It says, if you're down. You see, I still don't know what to say. I'm like, man, I hope she cussed him out in, the next thing that's not on the slide. Yeah, I think you're right, HGD. They just like, you know, they feel like it's a feather in their cap if they could ruin somebody's life. Y'all need to be stop, women talking about, oh, I'm gonna have his baby. You know what? You need to be slapped. You need to be drop kicked from Mars. That's what you need. Sitting around having a baby by some dusty bum. What's wrong with you? Don't you think that kid would appreciate you selecting a better father for it than some bum, some trifling two-bit piece of shit that walks around his pants sagging and braids in his hair and smelling like weed? Why would you choose him to be the father of your child? What is wrong with you? These young girls don't have no kind of standards. It just drives me crazy. I probably had too many, but whatever. Okay, here go another one, right? She announced it, oh, I was right. I'm pregnant. He says, oh, you're going to be a great mom. You're the only person I've been with in the last 8 months. Oh, you're going to be a great mom and dad. So what is that? It's just the same emoji from before. He just like telling her straight up, I ain't gonna have nothing to do with it. I was only there for the good time. Young ladies, keep your birth control game tight. Better yet, if you dealing with a dude and he's not about nothing, and you know he's not about nothing. This don't have nothing to do with what you about. This has to do with the men that you let into your life, your house, and your bed. If he ain't about shit, that means if he doesn't have anything, that means if you did get pregnant, what could he offer a child? Think about stuff like that before you lay down with these fools. Okay, because that's what the whole purpose of all that is for, is to make a kid. You remember that, right? And the likelihood is high, even if, on birth control, there's always accidents. And if you only using something like a condom, you got a 10-15% chance of ending up pregnant, because they are not the best method of birth control. They are to be used in conjunction with other forms of birth control to protect you from STIs and whatnot. But to think that that's your sole method of birth control, you're going to be pregnant. And that's what that means. This guy is trifling, okay? And she's like, I'm pregnant. She shouldn't even have been telling him. She should have been on her way to the clinic. On my way to the clinic. This is unbelievable. I was just like, what? Okay, now here go. Look at him. You can know he dusty because he got them waves in his head. Who still does that? That's so 1970s or 80s or whenever it was. I don't remember now. But, uh, I woke up thinking about how you waited for that long time for me, but you couldn't wait for me to be the man you needed. Hope all is well, though. You don't have to respond. You couldn't wait that long for him to, in a long line to vote, but you couldn't wait for him to be the man that you needed. Okay, let me address this. Waves are in again. Why? They look stupid the first time. It's like bringing in back Jerry curls. That would be a mistake. They was bad enough the first time. Some stuff you really shouldn't. They shouldn't bring those back, like shoulder pads that had people looking like they all was on Star Trek or something, with them wide shoulders, like was in the 80s. No, that look was gross then, and it would be stupid now. Same with these deep waves like that. Mm-mm. But anyway, this dude here, okay, so voting is something that's like a civic right, a duty, something that has like a positive outcome. It's a definitive thing. The polls close and the votes are tallied, and then somebody wins the election and somebody loses. There is a definitive timeline and expected results. Even if it's not the results you expected or you wanted, you're still going to get some results, right? And you're going to get them real quick. Now, waiting for a dust bucket to become the man that you want him to be. You know what you might be? 999 years old, and that motherfucker's still stupid, right? That's what you're gonna have. You waste around looking for hope and looking for possibilities. What do they call it? Um Promise and there's a word that's escaping me right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Potential. His potential. Anybody who got enough time to be putting all them waves in their head, that's the time, my brother, that you need to be out looking for a job. That's what you need to be going to school, not doing your hair. Okay? That's what you should be doing. And then you could be the man that you needed to be, instead of laying in the bed and trying to guilt trip women about leaving your dust bucket ass. Trifling two-bit piece of shit. I tell you. Now, the shoulder pad, women was already in the workforce in the 60s and 50s, actually in the 40s from the World War II. But the shoulder pads was just a style. I mean, they come in and they come out, and they make them bigger and wider, and then they made like ties for men be narrow to fat, and I mean, it's that they keep going back and forth with the same old stuff. Yeah, pockets on empty. I'm like, hey, you got time to be laying around, and the sun is up, because you can tell by how bright the room is. The sun is up. You need to be getting up, getting dressed, and going to work, not laying in the bed texting broads with stupid stuff. I tell you, these little dudes, and y'all just be messing with them, and I just don't understand why. They don't have shit. They ain't about shit. Why would you sleep with somebody like this? These young ladies have got to get some standards. No, he ain't in the basement because there's light there. See all that bright sun shining through the window. Basements don't have no sunlight windows. Even if they get light, it's dim. This is a upstairs unit, and he's getting full window light. You never know. He could have a camera set up on a timer. You can do that. You don't have to have somebody take your pictures. Let's move on. Now, this dude here, this was very interesting. This was very interesting because he's whining because he wanted the girl that he was messing around with, who got pregnant, to have the baby, right? So he's like, I didn't realize how pro life I truly was until someone aborted my baby without considering my thoughts and feelings. The emotional pain and incurring, I guess he meant the emotional pain he incurred or mourned or something, I went through was like anything else I've experienced. The reasoning I got, quote, I'm not ready, end quote. And so then I don't know. So somebody must have made a comment, but we didn't have that part. We just had this. And he says, I would have given up everything to be the father to that child. I begged and pleaded. But again, I was told I have no say. Hmm. Despite the fact that there's zero reason for her to, not have the child, to abort, quote, our child. I wanted to say something about this because, this is a reason that a lot of guys give for being, quote, pro life. Little nigga, if I wish I had seen this so I could have responded to him, because little niggas, if you really feel like this and this is what you want and you want to be a parent to your child, that's when you run down to Jared's Jewelers and you get a ring and you propose and you get an apartment and you move her in and you get married and you say, I wasn't really ready for that, but we need to do this because we have a child, and I want my child to have the best. I want my child to have a two-parent home, and blah blah blah. So we about to get ready. Okay, that's what you should have done, sir. But you didn't do that. You just wanted her to breed and be a baby mama so you could get your dream come true. And while her body is full of stretch marks and a possible death, because the uh the rate of problems and deaths for mothers, especially women of color, in the United States is appalling. It is in a par with the third world country. Okay, and this is a first world country. But for some reason, they don't give women of color the proper prenatal treatment and delivery treatment. And so the kids, there's, a lot of infant mortality and death rates of the mothers as well. This is a statistical fact. You can look it up. Okay, so when a woman says, I'm not ready, that means whatever you wanted to be the father, your part time father routine, unless she was going to take full time custody of this kid and she was going to sign over her parental rights and she was going to have nothing to do with it, then you trying to make her be responsible for a baby that she's not ready for. And you trying to guilt trip her into doing it. Okay, the fact that y'all got pregnant was an accident. That does not mean a child has to come. Now, some women don't want to do an abortion, and if that's what you really wanted a kid, you should have been fucking a bitch like that, and then you wouldn't have had this problem. But you had a young lady that had something else on her mind other than breeding for your ass, and so that's what she did. Now, this whole thing about, yeah, these guys, because he would have got told. I mean, if I was on this thread, I would have just had to read them. But this is the kind of stuff that drives me crazy because if I had a son, this is what I would tell him: do not fuck no bitch that you don't want to marry. Okay, because that could be your baby mama. Now, just like Shiswan got an abortion, he could have fucked some dumb bitch who was stupid, ghetto, all kind of crazy. You know the kind I'm talking about. They want to pop off at the drop of a hat and act a fool. Okay, then that's your baby mama, and she ruins your life and the kids too because you couldn't keep your dick in your pants and be selective with who you stuck. So now you have a kid by some dumb bitch, and the kid's got her genes and DNA, gonna be around her drug addicted, jailbird ass relatives and stuff like that. You made a poor choice. But you mind that moment, you wasn't thinking about none of that. You were just thinking about getting your weenie wet. Okay, so but all of this that happened to you, sir, was a result of you making poor decisions and who you boned. So all these hurt feelings you have and all this angst and all this stuff, that's your fault. You did that to yourself by being stupid. So don't think it's nobody else's fault but yours. And she wasn't trying to be stuck with you for 18 to 20 years having your kid. She got rid of your whining ass. And I don't blame her. Shit. He ain't trying to be nobody. They just want to force the woman to have a breed for them so they can be trying to boss her around and tell her who she can have around my baby and all this old bullshit ass stuff here. And don't want to help pay for the kids. That little chicken shit, even what the state provides, it's enough to survive. It's not really to thrive. And so it's very expensive to have a child these days. And you got to sacrifice a lot. And especially the one who's the custodial parent, which is usually the mother. So, if she don't want to do all that, then she did the right thing to abort. You just get the fuck over it. And you want to have a family, nigga, go get yourself a wife and have a family with her. Other than that, you don't get to dictate what no single woman does with her body, her time, her energy, nothing. You don't have the say, just like she told you. They just tripping me out, trying to come in on the scene. You ain't nobody. And just a sperm donor and trying to regulate on somebody. Fuck out of here. Now this clown here is the same. I put this one after that one because it seemed to be kind of what this guy was saying, but this is a completely different person. When you fuck with her, but you still single, but you don't want her to talk to nobody else because you love her, and she ain't going nowhere, but you're not ready for a relationship. What kind of double talking nonsense is that? You single and you not ready for a relationship, but you don't want her to go talk to nobody else. And you do love her, but you know she's not leaving you or nothing. But this is an interesting thing right here. This is it right here. For you young ladies, reading this, understand what time it is. Okay. If you were the dude, don't write me them letter. I don't know what we are. I don't know what's happening here. Do we have we don't have a commitment and this and that and blah blah blah. Okay, if you in a situation like this where he says he loves you, but it's no kind of something that's solidified, there's no progress in the relationship. Stop wasting your time with him. Tell him to get lost and go over there and play with the other roaches because that's what he is, a roach. And just tell him, just get him out of your world. You don't have time for boys that want to play games. Get you a man. Okay, men have their shit together and men are ready to settle down and do the damn thing. This kind of dude, he want to tie you up to him so you ain't seeing nobody else and you not doing nothing else only with him while he's still free and single to do whatever he wants to. That's the game here and y'all be falling for it. I want you to stop doing that. Okay? Understand it. If you tell a man tell you he's not ready for a relationship, stop fucking with him. Okay? Better yet, have that conversation before you start fucking with him, and then don't fuck with him at all. And don't just let him tell you I want to be in a relationship. What is he doing to prove it? That's the other thing. He done cleared all the bitches out of his phone, or is he still hiding his phone and taking secret calls and erasing texts and stuff like that? If you know that kind of stuff's happening, then his words are saying I want to be with you, then you know, you need to cut bait. Yeah, Lee, my dad was the one who told me about that. Because, he was the one who was telling me, you smart, you cute, and they're going to see you and they're going to want to, give you a baby so that they always have a hand, where you are and what you're doing. They always have a way to kind of, be in your life and control you. And so my daddy was the one who pulled me. He told me a whole bunch of other stuff too that about how they do it and tricks they do with their birth control. He told me so much stuff. My head used to spin. I just wasn't ready for all of that yet. I didn't even like boys when he was started telling me all that stuff. But I knew what to be on the lookout for. And so this shit here, this game right here, this would have never flew. This, I mean, even if I want to mess around with them just for the fun of it, their conversation is not impressing me. I'm not believing what they're saying. I'm just there for the dick. And then I'm gone. And it better be good. If it's not, you won't get called back. I tell you that. Let's move on. Oh boy. Ladies who say you want to be friends with your ex. Oh, he asked me out, but I just want to be friends. Why? Why do you do that? And this guy says, there's no such thing as a friend zone. Anybody who won't let you fuck ain't your friend. Yeah, let's see how that rolls over when you go say that to Roger and them or your boys, right? What they had to say about that? Yeah, I thought it's very gross, but this is the thing about it. And then they play them games where they would try to reminisce about the old times and get you in the wayback machine and get your head all feel it, get stir your emotions, right? That's the game. And so a lot of women fall for it because nobody told them what the game is. So they, like little babes in the woods. And so they don't understand how that game goes when they start going into the wayback machine. I do it to dudes too. Like, yeah, remember that time? Remember that time when I want something? But, in general, it's like, I don't want to be bothered with them. They get on my nerves. And it's they do this like you get rid of them. Why would you want to be friends with them and still have to see them? I never did understand that. I'm not trying to be friends with none of my exes. Like I always say, I want to run them over with my car. That'd be about as close as I want to get to them. But let's move on. Now, isn't this interesting? They're trying to shame black women for being educated, single shaming. Black women value education more than marriage, and that's why they will always be miserable, he says. Do you know educated women who are miserable? I know more women in relationships who are miserable. Cause it's just some bullshit and drama. This dude right here, see, these are the kind of things. This is why we started doing this show, because of the subliminal messages of memes and posts like this one. There's we started doing this 3 years ago, and it's just it never stops. It never stops. They're always trying to find some way to get in the heads of women and make them feel bad for making any kind of choice that reduces a man's power or control or influence over us. So anything that we do where we put something else first other than a man, where we put something first other than a relationship, where we put something first other than marriage and being tied to them, we put something first other than breeding their kids like a damn, you know, dog in a kennel. Anything that they feel is going to make us too, quote, too independent of them, financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, anything. They hate it. They hate it. I have said I can't even tell you how many thousands of times we keep getting new women here who haven't heard it, so I keep repeating myself. Every interaction that you have with a man that's trying to get it, try to call himself dating you and stuff like that, trying to get at you, every interaction that you have with them is about him trying to get the upper hand. Every single one. The lies they tell you, the gaslighting, the manipulation, the triangulation, every single thing they do, every single thing they say is about trying to get control over you and get the upper hand. Please understand that. Don't ever think, well, he's just doing it because he loves me. He might love you too, but he still want to control you. Okay, I don't know what it is about them. I don't know where they get that shit from, but they want to control women. It's like their number one thing in life, and they're going to do it. Even sometimes they do it by force, and sometimes with violence and stuff like that. And other times they do it by fucking with your head, and that's where it comes with all the narc games and stuff. If you don't understand what those are, there's a playlist here of a whole series of videos I did on narcissistic abuse, and please check that out, and you can learn more of the games. I need to finish that series, but there's so many games that they play, and it's all about getting an upper hand and controlling and manipulating you. And this one here is the same thing, so that girls would be afraid to go forth and get their bachelor's, get their master's degree, get their doctorates and stuff. And so he's saying, well, yeah, you can do all that, but you're gonna still be miserable unless you have a man. And a lot of young girls are stupid and they believe that shit. You only gonna be, without someone if you try to stick with stupid niggas. Okay? Expand your horizons. Get with men who are more on your social level. I don't give a fuck what color they are. And that's who you would deal with. So, you got somebody who's insecure, like that's because that's all this is. They're very insecure about their manhood. So every single fucking thing that you do that doesn't involve him, or that he knows he doesn't match up to you, he's not at your level, they get all insecure and stupid and start trying to break you down and make you feel bad about the fact that you're better than he is, smarter than he is, more educated than he is, got more money than he does, own property that he don't. But they try to make you feel bad about it. Stop listening to them. As soon as some dude comes at you like that, you need to get rid of his ass. Okay? Don't waste your time thinking about what he said and feeling bad about your accomplishments. Be proud of the accomplishments that you have done, the work that you've put in. It's not easy getting a master's degree and a PhD. You earn that shit. An MBA, be proud of yourself. Okay? And this girl got her response to that nonsense. You know how they always talk like, that degree ain't gonna keep you warm at night. And she's like, oh, word? Look how what she did. She took her degree, had an image, and made it into a comforter. ah, this was kind of savage. Just a little bit, so it didn't make it to the savage list. But, you know, she ended up sleep. She's a doctor of pharmacy. Get it, girl. Get it. That's what I'm talking about. And her shit's definitely keeping her warm. Isn't that wonderful? I wish I knew where she got that done, but I thought that was beautiful. I was rolling. Her degree keeping her warm at night. Yes. Get it. I thought that was brilliant. So that's her. That's the answer to that. But young ladies, don't discount. Don't dull your shine. Don't slow down on your road. Where you speed into great things. Do not waste your time stopping yourself or even slowing your roll to let some dust bucket, to let some dust bucket hold catch you, or but worse yet, you dragging him, trying to drag him with you. Or you could drop his dead weight and fly. Yep, her little condo or whatever she got there, and she got her thing covered up. I said, "This shit is funny as hell. Go ahead, go get it, girl." And here we are, still more on the putting down the education that black women have. Statistically now they're saying black women are the most, the ones most enrolled in higher education of any ethnicity in the United States is black females. So that means a lot of sisters trying to get what my grandfather used to call fat on their head, trying to elevate themselves, get better jobs, start businesses, make a better life for themselves and for their children and possibly for their parents too. Because many of them, they're the first generation to really graduate from college. So, these are important moves that they're making socially and financially. And so here this guy is again, the dude talking about, well, a good husband. I'm sorry, this is a girl, right? Some silly girl. A good husband is tenfold more valuable than your college degree. And someone, had to do the clap back and say, oh, yeah, because after all, who needs a steady income of 401k and all them benefits, when you get older? Who needs all that? Just get you a man. Right. Good husbands are supportive of their wife's dreams. They want her to be happy. They want her to feel good about herself. They're not going to try to stifle her and hold her back and keep her down, put her in a box. That's what makes people miserable. That's what makes people miserable. And so I thought, wow. Now, you got a dude who's you don't have a vision and then he is going to help you make it come true. That's who you want to be with. You don't want somebody, and even if you have female friends that think like this, see what she's doing is negating your efforts and your interest and your work by saying, well, yeah, you might have these degrees, but you're not married, so you still don't rate, and that's what unfortunately, a lot of young women think about themselves. So they don't feel very good about their accomplishments because people keep berating them for not having a man to share their nice home that they bought and they beamer and all this old stuff. They don't have anybody, like that in their life. And so everybody's like, why are you working so hard? What you doing all that for? Why can't she do it for herself? Why can't she do it so her parents can be proud of her? Her grandparents. Why can't she do it for them reasons? Who the fuck are you? That you're gonna be trying to put her down because she's doing something great that you're not doing. That's all it is. You ain't doing it with your dusty ass. So you mad at her and trying to make her feel bad. Don't fall for the game. Now this was somewhat savage. Somewhat savage. Those are, you guys probably can recognize the ones that you sent in. This was one that only one person sent. And dude he's gonna be trying to complain, talking about, I never in life dated a women now. So fucking spoiled, entitled, and ungrateful, and hates men so much, he says. What is a good man? That is an oxymoron. I don't like that term. I'm going to take a side check. I'm going to take a side check and get back to this in a minute. I don't like that term, good man. You know where that term, good man, comes from? Slavery. You know what I said with that? Because that was a phrase that black males used to get favor from massa and the overseer. I'm a good nigga, massa. I'm a good nigga. I'm a good boy. I'm good, this and that. Okay, so a grown black man has no reason ever in this world to describe himself as a good anything. Nigga, if that's what you're doing, you need to read your history books and broaden your mind because you stupid. You don't refer to yourself as good? Who the fuck? What? No, I'm handsome, I'm successful, I'm educated, I'm, articulate, I'm this, I'm loyal, I'm this and that. You say words like that. Don't you ever, ever, and you guys, you women, don't tell your sons they're going to raise them up to be good men. Don't tell them that. Tell them what you want them to be. Be specific. I want you to be a man of integrity. I want you to be a man of honor. I want you to just tell them specifically what you want, what your expectations are. And you men, you have that as well. Don't you ever, 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 as a black man, refer to yourself as good. Nigga, you stupid if that's what you do. And that's how you describe yourself. And I see so many of these dust buckets online talking about, I'm a good man. You know you're not. You're stupid. You're uneducated and you have no intellect whatsoever. And you obviously haven't cracked this history book at this third grade. Because if you had a thought about any of the stuff I'm telling you and how this played out into our relatives, no black man should ever want to be described as good. And you definitely wouldn't be describing yourself that way. That don't make no fucking sense. Hey, master, I'm a good nigga, master. It's good, and uh. Okay, now I'm off that soapbox. So anyway, so he's mad, right? Because this in this meme here, the slide, dude is mad because he feel like his girlfriend is spoiled and entitled and ungrateful. I wonder what she's supposed to be so grateful about. And she comes back and says, I deserve to be spoiled because I spoil everyone who does the same for me. I'm not grateful at all. I just don't believe in praising someone for basic shit. And I don't hate men, but obviously I just hate you. I'm like, okay, that's my girl right there. That's her, whoever she is. She gets a salute from me. Yeah, the Marines needed a few good men, but that was stupid too. Notice how they stopped using that. Good for what? Psh, after they got caught doing all those atrocities over in Vietnam, yeah, they cut that shit out because obviously they wasn't recruiting good men. They was recruiting motherfuckers. And they stopped using that shit because it was false advertising. And all the assaults of women in the Army and in the Marines. Psh, that ain't good men. I don't know. They wasn't good. They good for nothing. Now, how about that? That would be more like it. Let's move on to this slide right here. He's spilling some truth right here, and I think this is very important that young women read this kind of stuff and be aware of it. Be aware of what's happening and what's going on, what this dude is saying here. So he's like, you know, how I know women are emotionally weak, and I tell you all this all the time, right? I've been manipulating bitches with the same tactic for years. Do everything right within the first 4 or 5 months of y'all talking. Be everything they want you to be. Good morning texts, massages, be romantic. And then just stop all that shit cold turkey. No more phone calls, one word responses, no reaction to their emotional outbursts. Ha ha. He thinks this shit's funny. And I have talked about all of these games before, but I'm gonna go over this once we finish this. Bitches will permanently be on your jock to the point it's annoying because they are caught up in their emotions trying to figure out what they did wrong to make you treat them differently. They will suck the soul out of you, hoping to get that romantic gentleman back that was there the first few months. But little do they know that nigga never existed in the first place. So what is he saying? He's telling you narc games, right? Right? The love bombing that they all like to call it these days. And I have told y'all 50 million times, this not PUA stuff. Stop giving them white people credit for some bullshit that niggas been doing since time began. The pickup artists took nigga bullshit games and they put a name to it and just repackaged it, of course, and sold it like white people tend to do. They copy stuff from black people. That's what they do. Niggas been running this game since forever. Okay, but now they want to put some other label on it. But this is the same shit. I mean, I saw it's not pickup artist game. Stop saying that. It's that not saying that. Black men have been doing this since the 1700s before they ever heard of a pickup artist. Okay, that shit is new. They copied black men and made money off of it. Okay, so all you who don't know this, because you ain't dealt with black men that much, you don't know the shit. I saw the shit when I was a kid. Okay, this has been the part of black culture. These games here. This is nothing new, and the pickup artists did not invent it. Okay, those are white boys that copied black men and put a label on some shit, slapped $1,200 price tag on it, and now they selling it to other white boys that don't know no different. This ain't new, and it's not pickup artist shit. This is nigga shit, and they've been doing this, and this the kind of stuff they get women caught up. And the women, you do get caught up in this stuff, and you start looking for that. And I have talked about this. Yeah, even if they do this on a date, I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Somebody does it on a date, and they shut down. Say, okay, well, drop me off at the corner then, so I can catch a Uber home, because I can see that you on some bullshit right now, trying to not talk to nobody and stuff. This is not my idea of a good time. I'm out. Okay, that's what you do. That's what you do. You do not take a man treating you like this. Once he stops with the good treatment, you chuck up the deuces and be out. Why do you do it that way? You don't waste your time trying to figure out what you did wrong. If you did something wrong and he don't like it, then that means the relationship's over anyway, right? Because you can't change who you are, so fuck him. Number two, if he's doing this as just a manipulation tactic, why would you play it along with it? He's trying to play games and stuff. Again, you chuck up the deuces and be out. So either way, if he's not giving you what you want, he's not giving you the relationship that you want, he is not the man that you want, that he was coming through as pretending to be at first, and all of that stops, that means he's not that man no more, if he was ever at any time, but he's not doing it anymore. So then you move on to the next one. Right? It's too much women. They feel like, oh, but I love him though. You know who Deb loves? Let me tell you who Deb loves. See this face? This is who Deb loves right here. I will never love a nigga more than I love myself. I'm never going to treat some man better than I love myself. I'm never going to sacrifice my joy, my happiness, my time, my money, my energy, nothing for a man, nothing. You give me what I want, motherfucker, as often as I want it, and the way I want it, or you don't need to be here. And that's just the way it is. I'm not gonna fall in love with you to the point where I'm like all sprung and acting stupid. I've never been like that, and I will. At this age, you think I'm gonna waste my time? I would. I would be chucking up seducers so fast. I'm not doing that. You act a fool if you want to. I'm done. I'm gone. You save that for somebody who don't know, who knows, don't know no bullshit. Love yourself, ladies. If you love yourself, this kind of shit right here will never happen to you. Because the second they fall off, you'll be out. The second you would be like, oh, I noticed, you ain't doing the shit that you did to get me. Do you think I'm gonna stay? I'm not doing that. I'm out. Get your shit and get the fuck out. Get the fuck out is my favorite thing to say. So I know I'll be saying this to people. Get the fuck out of my car. Get the fuck off my phone. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my life. Just get the fuck out. All of it. So, this is something I think that's very important because, so many young girls, you feel like, and they will try to get you to convince you that it's your fault, right? Well, you didn't do this or you stopped doing that, this and that. And they would try to flip it around to be something that you did when he's doing this shit intentionally to try to manipulate you. Don't let them do it. As soon as they do it, then just be, done. Move on. Yeah, see, that's why I wore my Mr. Miyagi scarf. I don't want you guys to treat yourself like that. You are the most important thing in your life. You, not some man. And just like you got that one, it's 50 bazillion more that's just like him and most likely better. Okay? So there's nothing for you to be stuck on. And you falling in love and stuff, well, fall in love with yourself. If you fall in love with yourself, then everybody else will take second, become in second place after that. Yeah, Diane, I don't even know where I got this from. I think that somebody gave this to me. I don't know. I've had it for years. I don't know where I got this from. But honey, yes, I saw it in my drawer and I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to do some fighting. I need to channel Mr. Miyagi. Okay, so that's enough on that. But I do hope that you guys understand my impassioned response to this. This right here, he is exposing so much game and just thinking the shit is funny. But like I said, I've talked about all of this in different videos, every single one of these games. But we have a lot of people that only come to, the fun show. They don't really listen to the lecture shows. And so they might miss that information. But I hope that it sinks in today and you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, now this dude, she was kind of savage. She's like sitting this. He's like, I'll settle down when a woman gets me a car. And there's the BMW she got him. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's all detailed and stuff. That is a perfect miniature replica. She got his ass. What you gonna do? You did see? You didn't wasn't specific. That's how they do you when you pledge. Yeah, they be giving you stuff and they leave it to you to be figuring, reading between the lines and figure out, a way out of stuff. But this is I thought this was funny. She got him. She got him. Thank you, Uppity. Yeah, but some people have a short attention span. That's why I started doing those 7-minute videos, because that's a lot of people. I mean, I don't know if they have learning disabilities or whatever. I'm not trying to cap on folks, but it just seems like sometimes the more intense, longer videos they can't seem to handle it. But isn't that and that little replica is on hit? She paid some money for that. It's the exact. I mean, it even has a shiny metal look and everything. I was like so impressed. I don't know where she found it, but she got him a car and she got him a BMW. So nigga, what? It's time to settle down now. You wasn't specific enough. Now look at this fool here. Look at this fool. Oh. I know a lot of sisters be mad because they be like, oh, uh, they always be chasing after these, mixed women or women of other races and this and that. And I'm thinking, maybe is this why? Because what he's communicating here, choose your baby mama wisely. My daughter hair so motherfucking nappy, and he just, laughing about it like it's funny. And I'm like, wow. So this is how you think about your baby? I didn't know what to say. I was appalled. Yes, that does mean that, but it could mean that, but it could mean that his isn't, and the girl's is. But it's what I have found is like if the coarser your hair is, the more luxurious it looks if you get a relaxer and stuff. My hair, I don't know, it just looks stupid so I stopped doing all that. It was breaking my hair off and stuff. It was terrible. But that's what I found. So, but he didn't have no, right, exactly. He didn't have no problem, get what they call it, the nappy dugout. He was all up in that. But now, now it's a problem because the baby's, got genes for a different kind of hair than what he imagined. I don't know. The part, and then let's just go back to the first part of the sentence, choose your baby mama. Okay, why can't you say your wife? Why you have to be a baby mama? So it just shows that the limit of his standards are just hella low. Ugh. I don't know how y'all be messing with these young dudes. I can't. I just cannot. Boogie Williams got his face cracked. Do women cry anymore? This bitch just said, okay, and hung up. And he's just outdone. Because I guess, I don't know what news he told her that he thought she was going to cry about, but she just like, huh, all right, and hung up. But that's my girl. Whoever she is, that's what I'm talking about. Don't get yourself caught up with these fools. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's you, Maya? Yeah, that's me too. Sometimes I would just say, oh, okay, well, who gives a shit? Nobody cared about your ass no way. Bye. Well, yeah. She ain't just like, okay. Oh, I loved it. Okay, now this brother right here, look at this nasty attitude. Look at this nasty attitude. Maybe if your eggplant was as nasty as your fucking attitude, a nigga might stay. Garden tool. They don't stay for that. You know how many women worry about that and be trying to learn all the latest tricks and reading Cosmo and wearing themselves out with Victoria's Secrets and doing all this kind of stuff. What? And they don't leave if they want to leave, no matter what tricks you do. Or you don't do no tricks. Be like me. I'm not doing shit. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing no fancy stuff. I'm gonna be a plain, boring missionary physician person for the rest of my life. It's that shit done hurt my back and used too much energy. Shit, I'm tired. I'm not doing it. But he's thinking this is the kind of attitude they have where they want you to be doing all kind of circuits, tricks, and stuff. Y'all be doing. I'm not doing all that shit. I didn't even do that shit when I was young. It was too much fucking work. I just want some basic good shit, and then I'm done. Go to sleep. Leave me alone. This just sounds like too much work. Oh, all right. Okay, here we go. I like the memes with this little chick in the mud cloth hat talking about advanced nigga theory. It's on a bunch of different memes, but here's one. This one says if she says I'm with my friend, she with a girl. But if she says I'm with a friend, then she with a dude. Stay woke. Stay woke, he says. And it's like advanced nigga theory. They should say advanced dusty thinking. Oh, cause cookie face girl, because they wouldn't read it, because they all think they know everything. They're not gonna. They don't read books. That's why all the books about human sexuality and everything like that are always oriented towards women, because women are the ones who think that they need to improve. All dudes think that they born being cocksmen. That they know how to put it down, and every woman within a 20-mile radius thinks that they just you know. Oh, that is Tweety, huh? Yeah, it is Ash. Yeah, Tweety got a mud cloth hat on and what they call it, a crown. Oh my God, this is just too stupid. I just Dusty Tweety, y'all clowning hard. This is funny. Oh my God, that's called Hotep Tweety. He gonna put that down and say, "My queen, my queen." Oh, I'm having too much fun with this. Let's move on. Oh my God, Tweety Dusty. It's Hotep Tweety. That's not Hotep Tweety. Go say, Hotep Ashe and all that old stuff. All right, let's move on. Oh, it's just like she gonna text me, come fuck me, like I'm just a piece of dick. First of all, I'm on my way. Oh, oh my God. Well, I like thinking that's Umar Tweety Bird Johnson. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, and my Nubian queen. Oh, geez, you guys are killing me. Yep, that's it. They're gonna be complaining. You just treat me like I'm a piece of meat. Yeah, whatever, nigga. When you coming? I'm on my way. Oh my God, this show is stupid. I don't even know what to say. These people are just out of control. Well, it might not be Tweety, but it is Tweety in my mind. It's Hotep Tweety from now on. Or Umar Tweety Bird Johnson. Oh God, I'm crying. This is too funny. All right, yeah, look at dude. It's like he ain't he ain't trying to be. He's gonna like voice his little complaint and then just be like, "Yeah, I'm on my way. Let me get a shower real quick." Okay, this was funny. Look at this. They holding guns, dusty as hell, with they liquor in a cup on the street near somebody's lawn, taking a picture. And she's like, this is good applied to move into my townhouse. You rent out her townhouse. So she checked his Facebook account, and this was the first picture that she saw. And she says, am I wrong for automatically denying him? I'm like, girlfriend, I couldn't press that deny button fast enough. As in, no, nigga, don't even think about it. You ain't moving up in nothing that I own. Nothing. Yes, Ken MB. Her baby say he gonna get denied because the socks don't match. Oh, you guys are killing me. Girl, look at them shoes, though. Look at that dust. I mean, it's just like fleas just about jumping off of them. My God, what is this? Like too much. So, honey, sister girl. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, you know what that means. It's all three of them sitting up there. Mm-mm. Nah, she was like, girlfriend, unless you want some freak shit going on up in your house. And they did up there with guns and stuff too. Mm-mm. And you ain't even coming to look at my place. I already rented it. And that's the lie with tell. Okay. This is true dust right here. This is true dust right here. If we go on a date, everything's on me, baby. I got you. Just run when I run. Oh my God. This nigga right here. He is just too trifling. Who does that? Just run when I run, he says. Oh, is it? I don't know. I don't keep up. It's irrelevant to my life. My goodness. Whew. Here we go again. Ain't that Grady? Okay, here we go. You know, there's again the single shaming, trying to make it seem like, because you have standards and you're picky about who you decide that you want to align yourself with, marry, date, have children with, and all of that. See, if they describe themselves as a good man, then you're supposed to just believe them, right? Just on the strength that they said it. Well, that's what they do in memes. Anything that's on the internet is free range as far as a meme goes. You can't even, it's just, it is what it is. So they use all kind of stuff, and they'll use pictures of movie stars and their other famous people and make it seem like that person said what the meme said, but they didn't really. So in this one, Grady didn't say that, but it's still funny. But my thing is, you know, the message here. The message is once again that they're trying to elevate their status to say that they're a good man and that you haven't chosen them. That's why you're single. That there's all these quote good men around, and you don't know that you haven't won't accept them because you want Rollo and them instead. Daquan and all of them instead of you know your basic Grady Grady dude. Yeah, good men. I tell you, any man that tells me comes to me and tells me I'm a good man, I'm immediately through with him. I mean, just immediately. Just don't even want to be bothered. All right, let's move on to the next one because this is a repetitive pattern. This whining about women being single and don't want a good man. That's just how they do. Okay, dust personified. Look at this. Look at this. Remember to marry your girl before she gets her degree, so your last name is on it. That's why you want to get married. Hmm. I understand this. Okay, just about the closest he gonna get to a college degree is to marry somebody who's getting one, so that his last name is on. I guess he gonna use white out and write his name in there. What is this? Isn't that lame? I was like, wow. Yeah, and had a nerve to put it up there with his face and everything. Like, this is like some really important statement he's making here. Ooh, honey, just super dust. Super dust day. Okay, this one was funny. This is directed at women who are 40 and over. This young lad says, I hate it when I meet a woman 40 and over and she want to wait to have eggplant. Man, if you don't take them big ass beige drawers off and lay down, Loretta, we on borrowed time. I'm sure you have high blood pressure, diabetes, a cyst on your ovaries or something. We don't have time for all that morals mess. We almost dead. Hand that kitty cootie cat here. Oh, if it's not one way, it's another. They gonna try to talk their way into some cooch. I'm trying to tell you now. It's like now you old and you got you got the sugar and you got high blood pressure, and so this might be the last time you get some, Loretta. You better come on. I'm telling you. I thought it was funny though. Even though it was, it was a head shaking like you a dusty bucket fool. It's still the way he put it was funny. Man, if you don't take the big ass beige drawers off and lay down, Loretta, that had me on the floor. That one sentence right there had me on the floor. I'm sorry, you guys. I thought it was funny. I mean, his message is, kind of messed up, but the way he wrote it was hilarious. Okay, here we go. Now, see this right here is an example of what happens when you get your medical degree from YouTube. You know everything there is to know about women's bodies. You are like like the top of the line world class gynecologist from Mayo Clinic or something. I don't know what these dudes be thinking when they be talking all this shit they haven't don't know nothing about a woman's anatomy. So he says if a JJ is made for one man, it's made with memory, like memory foam, like a mattress or something. However, if a woman fornicates, the memory becomes confused and the vajayjay opens by default to a large size slack to protect itself. And I'm sure he really believes that, right? He really believes that. And it just worries me that a lot of these men are actually having eggplant with women, and this is the extent of their knowledge of female anatomy. This is it. Yep. YouTube MD, right here, in living color. It's just unbelievable. I don't even, it's just like the kind of thing where you sit there and you just blink, because you read it, right? And you're like, because it's so stupid. It's like you just can't even fathom what's going on here. So yeah, I'm with you, Wild Hunt. I am in full agreement there because he look a little dusty, and look at that alien sized forehead that he got. He could star in that movie like a Klingon. All he needs is the little wrinkles up there, dude. Okay, now it's following that one. I put this one because he's talking about what happens for JJs, right? They become slack and they expand. Well, this is what happens to the weenies of men when they do too much, right? Because the virgin man, his stuff is all full and just perfect and all evenly shaped and all just yeah. This is what's happening. This is good. This is lovely. And look at what happens after when they had too many partners. That's why they be buying all that stuff online, that enlarging, growing pills and all that kind of stuff. That's why they need that. Oh, this is just too much. This is too much. I thought this was hilarious. But yeah, they had to, the lady had to come back with the cracks against the dude talking about what happens with women's vajayjays. It's like, yeah, don't forget about what happens to yours now when it be plunged in and out of too many different caverns here. Your shit be withering away. Okay, here we go. Girlfriend was just this is our first of the Savage runner-ups, right? Oh, I forgot to put the little banner up there. Oops, sorry. This is Savage runner-up number one. And girlfriend says, yo, y'all think the same D over and over and over and over keeps us content? Y'all even tried nothing to make us like y'all, but we gotta get the lingerie, lick some, learn new tricks, bring a friend. Meanwhile, we getting the same dick and attitude that y'all have the audacity to cheat because you're not excited anymore. Baby, wait something. But if I go and cheat, I'm just an ungrateful whore or a slut, no good trifling bitch. Nah, you don't excite me no more, you fat ashy feet hoe. Oh my gosh, she went off AWF. Off fat ashy feet hoe. I'm like, well, damn. Why his feet got to be fat and ashy? I was rolling. In my mind, I pictured some Fred Flintstone feet looking all ashy. Oh my God, this was a savage. Okay, that was Savage runner up number one. That was Savage runner up number one. Savage runner up number two. She said, niggas get so offended when I call them a boy. I'm not a boy, I'm a man. You're actually a bitch, but I was trying to be nice, she says. So I'm like, okay then. Oh, it's true. Because they get to whining. Oh, that shit is such a fucking turn off. Whining and crying and stuff. Ugh, that's what I hate to see dudes online complaining. Ugh, get out of here. All right, let's move on. We got Savage runner up number three. Lyanna, she says, ugly men get curved and blame it on the fact that they were respectful instead of the real reason. You look like a fucking possum, sir. Child, have you seen a possum? I saw some possums up close when I was in Texas. Them is some ugly motherfuckers. And they look like they stink. I didn't get close enough to smell them, but it just looked like they stink. Now, skunks, we know skunks stink, but a possum looks like it has a different kind of funk. And they just look nasty. And then they had a little babies hanging on them and stuff, and they be waddling around. Oh my God, it's just so nasty. But she said, dude, look like a fucking possum. And I immediately thought of that. And I was like, oh my God, he must be hideous. Oh my God, she was a savage. This is okay. You give possums a chance? Girl, we need to have a conversation. Yeah, they got that gray kind of like washed out alien color, like a dead fish, But they be walking and alive? Oh no. Mm-mm. I cannot. I can't do possums. Something about them, they don't look right. They eat ticks. I don't know. Dusties are ticks. Maybe we could figure out how to make some possums eat them. That would be great. Yeah, they're disgusting. They look disgusting. I'm telling you, I was running. I was running from flying roaches when I was in Texas. I was running from a roach that was flying at me. Did I tell you about that story? That roach had to be this big. I never seen no shit like that before coming from San Francisco. And I'm walking, and I was down in the Westheimer district. Okay, we went to this little restaurant, and then they had the parking things, and they had like felled trees to keep people from running up on the sidewalks, killing the pedestrians, right? And so they had these felled trees, and so they I don't know how many years they had been there, starting to rot. So I heard that these were called wood roaches. Okay, I had never heard of any shit like that before. So I'm walking to go to my car, right, and I'm on a date with this dude. So I'm walking, and suddenly, this thing starts flying at me. I didn't know what it was. So I'm kind of, batting it around away. I could hear, the wing sound, that sound. And I'm batting at it and stuff. Honey, you think this thing gave up? So I'm kind of, doing this kind of stuff here, trying to, get away from it and stuff. It kept coming. It was coming at me. It was like chasing something. I started running around the guy, right? And then I took off running down the block. The dude was leaning against the wall, just falling out laughing. I'm running from this roach. This roach is flying at me. This thing was like this. It was like Godzilla or something just coming to me. I tell you, I was so through. There were so many giant creatures in Texas. They just want to fly at you and attack you. I just couldn't believe it. Honey, I was screaming. I swear, I was screaming like a girl. Usually I try to keep my cool because I got to be a G. I got to have my G on. Shit, I threw that G out in the street somewhere and I was running and running like up with my hands like this, running and screaming. Ah! And this thing was coming. I'm doing all this kind of stuff here. That thing, and it was big and it did not give up. It did not give up. It just kept coming at me. And it was like, I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. I'm gonna fuck you up. How dare you swat at me? And I'm just like, and that's why I used to run 5 miles a day so I could run. Honey, I was gone, down the street and around the corner. And I guess it finally gave up. And this is a true story. I will never forget that shit as long as that was my welcome introduction to Houston, Texas. And I'm like, okay, we ain't going back to that restaurant no more. Because, little friend there was just not friendly at all. Oh, you Googled it, honey. You imagine one coming at you in real life. They was aggressive because it was like, bitch, how you gonna slap at me? I will fuck you up. I will fuck you up. And it just kept coming at me. It was an OG. Shit, and it was big and ugly too. Ugh. I'm telling you, that was gross. Okay, so that's Savage number 3. All right. Then we got, I think it's 5 of these and then the winner for tonight. Here we go with the next one. Dude says his daddy complained about, quote, coming home from a long day of work and have to eat on a paper plate. So my mom served him dinner in a solo cup the next day, and we all ate like we didn't notice. I bet you dude was happy to get his paper plate full of food the next day. Oh my God, can you imagine the mother? That was such a savage fucking move. Vanna, look it up online. Look at wood roach and see what that shit look like. You're going to have a nightmare. It's like, shit, I'd rather deal with a zombie than a wood roach. That motherfucker just was kept coming. It's like the fucking Terminator. And then it flies. See? Mm-mm. Yeah, so we all ate like we didn't notice. The mama was a straight savage right there. It's like, I love her. I love her. She didn't complain. She didn't say nothing. She didn't say take you. She gave him his shit in the Dixie cup, and all 3/4 is mushed in the cup. They can complain now. Oh my God, that is funny. Okay, and here's the last one of the savage uh, runner-ups, and she has an interesting point. She is really, this is very logical. She's like, niggas love calling women hoes. Let's talk about how easy it is to fuck y'all though. We don't have to buy a meal, no shoes, no weed, pay rent, nothing. Y'all just be out there ready to drop them pants and get fucked off of WYD, right? It's true. So they're the real hoes, but you know that's with projection, right? Because with your, you know what you are. But it might be that kind of thing where somebody's like, some dude is like, well, you're just a hoe, you're just a bitch, you just that. Well, I know I am, but what are you? Because you saying that somebody just want to screw yourself. I don't see you fighting me off or no other woman. You ain't fighting them off. So who's the real hoe here, sir? Who's the real hoe? I would think that would be you, right? But when you have dusty logic, you don't think about stuff like that. You only think about what stuff that people have told you to think about on YouTube. So they want to sit around and always think that everything is a woman's fault. That women are the only ones who are wrong. That women are the only ones who, should not be overindulging in such activities with multiple people. But they want to do it with impunity. Like, well, that's what men do. Okay, well, what you're saying is men are all hoes. That's what you're saying. So don't be mad if a woman decides to, join your fray. Don't say nothing. Don't be mad. Honey, I had never heard of one either, Vanna, until it was chasing me down the street. I heard about them motherfuckers then. WYD means what you doing. It's a text term, Ash. What you doing? What you doing? That's what they do, and they will text you WYD all day instead of picking up the phone and having a conversation. So stupid. Just retarded. Okay, now for the final slide of the evening. This is the winner. This was what Candace and I voted this as the winner of the slides that we reviewed, because there's hundreds of them that y'all sent. Send more, because in order to do the show, we do like 35 slides per show. So we're gonna go through what we got pretty quick. And before I do the final slide of the day, let me put up this one and remind everybody, if you come across something that you think would be good for the show, even if you aren't sure, please don't say, well, they probably don't need. Don't do that. If you see something that makes you go, what? Send it. If you see something that makes you go, this dusty motherfucker, send it. If you see something that makes you go, no, he did not, send it. Okay, because we need hundreds of them to pick through, because we're going to try to make like a little flow here when we have time. And so that there's the slides will group together in a way that makes sense. They kind of play off of each other. But in order to do that, we need hundreds of slides, so images and text and stuff. So you guys find whatever you find. I don't care where you find it. Screenshot it on your phone. Some people have been sending me links. That doesn't really work, because you are friends with these people. You have access to those pages. I don't. So you send me a link, I can't see it. I click the link and then I get you can't view this material, this and that. So don't send me a link. Send me a screenshot. That's all we can really work with, because everything is an image anyway. And send it to survivingdating@gmail.com. And you can make the subject line either DNN or Dusty News. They both filter into the same folder for the show. Okay? DNN or Dusty News in the subject line, survivingdating@gmail.com. Okay, now let's move on, and we're going to do our final slide of the evening. This is the Dusty Queen, the winner, the roasting beast. And girlfriend is reminding you not to cry. She said, girls be crying over a dude who reads at a third grade level. He's not ignoring your text. He's sounding it out. Give him a second. Hooked on phonics. Hooked on phonics. Oh my God, I was crying. I was crying. She just was like, just give him a minute. He's getting it. Oh, so yes, she won. She won. She won. Hands down, she won. That was so savage. I just couldn't even comprehend the savagery. Yes, I'm telling you, she won. Hands down. So that's our DNN show for today. Sorry about, like I said, missed it last week. I mean, yesterday, last night, because I was just too tired. It takes a couple of hours to put these, slides together with looking at each one and cropping it and putting it on the slide, and then you got to upload it to the software and stuff. It's not a quick and easy process. So I have to be, in my right mind in order to do this well. And yesterday I just wasn't. So I want to thank everybody for coming and sitting in with me on Saturday. It's an unusual night for us. I usually don't do Saturday. I usually do Sunday afternoon or Friday. But this worked out okay. This was all right. And I'll see you guys again on Tuesday. If you have a relationship advice question that you want to submit to What the Fuck Tuesday, look in the show description down below. Scroll down and you'll see where it says, submit your advice question. Just click that link and it will take you to the submission form. Please use the form. It has releases and everything that we need. Don't send me an email because I can't use it. You need to put it on the advice form. I want a release. So I don't want no drama. Okay. I mean, I probably could, but I just don't want to. So I try to make everybody follow the same process, follow the procedure, submit their question on the advice submission form, send in your memes and stuff for next Friday. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see you lovely people on Tuesday at 6 p.m. sharp, just like last week. Okay? See you later. Had fun. This was a great time. Bye bye.